All right, good evening. It's the final inning here, and I am getting out this marketing video to you as promised. Every day, a marketing tip direct to my team and to you, my Facebook audience. All right, 6 common mistakes marketers make when joining a network marketing company. I'm going to just do a quick overview and read you and get into, I'm going to read what I've written here on my blog post. You can read the whole thing. It'll be linked right here. And, but I'm just going to read it out loud to you, okay? The first mistake people make is not vetting the company they're looking at joining. That's number 1, okay? Number 2 is listening to the wrong people. All right? Number 3 is failing to acquire the knowledge and develop the skills necessary to succeed in their business. Lack of discipline, I guess you'd call that. Number 4 is not following up with people that you say hello to. Prospecting, basics, right? Number 5 is a total lack of focus. You're a shiny object kind of person. You see this company, oh, that's exciting. You see this company, oh, that's exciting. And you're jumping around. All right? Number 6, finally, is not having an all-encompassing and powerful why. Why am I doing this? What's my reason? What wakes me up in the morning? Whatever that is, you need to define it, okay? So that's the overview of the top 6 mistakes that marketers make getting into a network marketing company, okay? Number 1, we're going to review right now. So stay with me. Marketing mistake number 1 is not vetting the company that they're looking to join. They wind up choosing the wrong company at the wrong time, promoting the wrong products, working the wrong compensation plans, and joining the wrong team. And they expect to get the right results from that. So the mistake is made due to basically a lack of knowledge of the history of our industry facts and trends, a lack of knowledge in how to properly vet and evaluate companies, products, pay plans, and opportunities, all of which is compounded by a lack of experience. As a result, marketers tend to make an emotional decision based on what they think and like instead of a smart, calculated business decision that is based on numbers. In making that decision, they actually decrease their chances for success and position themselves to earn less than, the biggest incomes that are possible in this industry. If we know anything, phenomenal incomes are possible within a 5-year period. They really are. There's no other business model in the world where you can work dedicated hard work for 5 years and retire, literally retire with a 6, 7, 8-figure income, depending on how you work and the results you produce. So here's how most people make their decision. They go to a meeting, right? They get invited to a meeting by a friend. They go to the meeting. They're not sure what they're going to expect, but they get there and they get inspired. Or they listen to a call, or they jump on a webinar. They like what they see here, and they read the presenters, the presenters trot out a few big earners. They put the people in front of them that are just killing it, right? And that's inspiring, exciting, and you want to, aspire to do that yourself. And you think, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And that's a good truth to live by. Everyone in the room or on the call and the webinar is excited, right? So they decide to join. The approach is a recipe. I mean, seriously, this approach is a recipe for disaster. And the number 1 mistake that most people make, newbies and novices, and even most people with some experience, who have never been taught the 6 parameters formula. Okay, there's parameters, and the key question to ask before joining any company. Now, applying the formula and the answers to the key questions guarantees that you make the right decision and that you join a company at the right time. And yes, there is a right time to join a company. Unfortunately, most people think it's when a company is new. Now, or in the ground floor phase. They say, you're getting in on the ground floor. This is a ground floor opportunity. All right? It's a ground floor business. People say that. And those are actually the worst time to join a company unless you have financial resources to support that kind of activity. Because at that point, Everything's in flux. The corporation, the executives, the internal team, everyone's still figuring out the infrastructure, operations, distribution. Everything is in chaos. And oftentimes you get in there, you place an order, you don't get your order for months because things haven't been worked out correctly. Okay, so there is a right time. That's the worst time to join, though, a company, because 99.3% of those companies won't be around 5 years from the time you join. A ground floor opportunity. The statistics are undeniable. I heard a professional tell me, who is involved with creating back offices for thousands of companies across the United States, that 1,800 network marketing companies a day are launched. Out of those, only 1.6% ever make it past the 5-year point. So, not a good idea to join a brand new company. They seem exciting. They've got the latest new technology. They're using social media. They've got flashy advertising, and they found a great graphic designer. None of that matters. It really doesn't. Most people have no idea when the best time to join a company, and it's something a few of us real experts actually know. And it's right before, I'm going to just give you the secret, okay? It's right before the company's growth phase. We call it inside the industry the momentum phase. And this is right after the introduction, the build phase of the company, ground floor phase, okay? When people start joining en masse. So I'm talking 5,000 plus people are in the company, okay, at this point. And you're going to start to see some growth there, okay? Right then, you start seeing viral or explosive growth. This is just compounded growth. It's just the law of compounded word of mouth, okay? All right, so I have a shameless plug on my page in this article for my personal opportunity, and you can look at that and see where we are in the phase. It's a perfect spot to be right now. You also have to be able to compare one company and opportunity against another, which is where the formula and knowing the key question to ask come into play, as well as having a basic understanding of compensations, how they work. There are several different models. We call some of them a matrix. We call some of them a binary or a flushing binary, or we call them a hybrid, which is a matrix binary mix. There are all kinds of different models, and you have to know them, understand them, and see if they have been appropriately married to the products that are being sold. Got to know this stuff, okay? If you don't, I have a tip for you coming up. All right, so how can you possibly know if you're making the best decision possible if you don't, do any comparative analysis? You just can't. Blindly signing up in some company is only something a fool would do, frankly. And we put a lot of fools around. We got a lot of fools running around in our industry. We really do. The German writer Goethe put it best, and he said, "There's nothing more frightful than ignorance in action." So a great way to vet a company is to see if they're members of the DSA. Okay, you can Google that, or a credible industry organization. Better yet, also see if they're if they're in direct selling news. You want to go to the periodicals and journals that cover our industry. Okay, and if they're in one of the top 100 companies, bang, you go for it. Those are good, solid companies. If they're leaders in the industry, or if they're record setting in the industry and they're past the 5-year mark, you want to look at those companies, like the one I'm in. Okay. Better yet, also see, right, if they're part of the DSA. Okay, I already said that. Now, people think that new companies are exciting and high energy, but I certainly wouldn't recommend joining any company that is new or less than 5 years old. If you want to dramatically increase your chances for success, remember, 99.3% of all those new young companies fail in their first 5 years. So join a mature company that is pre-growth phase. Now, there is one monolithic company that you would know from going all the way back to the 70s, where they used to sell cleaning supplies door to door. That company is in what's called a maturity phase. You are going to struggle to make any money in that company starting now, okay? So you want to look for that. You want to look for that sweet spot right before growth phase. So pro tip number 1 is get smart. Dun, 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 dun. All right, ready? Read, study, learn, and especially before you decide which company you're going to join, what type of products you're going to promote, and particularly about what type of pay plan you're going to work and whose team you want to join. You got to look at the companies. You got to look at the players are. You got to look who the leadership is. Listen, a company is, its culture is its leadership's paradigm. That's pretty good. I'm going to say that again. A company's culture is its leadership's paradigm. Okay? So you really got to look who's leading this company, and within the ranks, who's leading that? And amongst them, who are the rockets? Who are the runners? Who are the consistent, disciplined, compound effect working people out there that I want to work with? So you find that woman, you find that man, you attach yourself to him and go. All right? Don't be lazy in learning. Learn the 6 parameters and the key questions to ask. You're guaranteed to make the right decision if you do. This is mistake number 1. Next video tomorrow will be mistake number 2. Stay tuned. Thank you for sharing these quick 11.5 minutes with me. God bless you and have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.